Hi friends, welcome back. Now we are going to create new product. Here we will add one button to create new product inside our index view. Whenever user clicks on that create button, so we have to display the form to create these product details. First we are going to implement this method to insert the data. For that I am going to open the product repository which is available inside the implementation folder. I am going to implement this method. Here we are going to receive the product model. I am going to add context dot products dot add. I am going to add the model, and here finally I am going to save the changes. Here we are using async methods. For that I have to add async, then I have to use await here. This context dot save changes, instead of using in each method, like we need to use it for add, update and delete, I am going to create a common method for this. I will extract the method. I will name it as save. This save method will be called in the data manipulation, like add, update, delete. Whenever we are calling these methods, that time we are going to call this save. Now we are going to implement this add method inside our controller. I'll go to the UI layer, open the product controller. Here I'm going to create a new method for adding the data. I'll make it as create. It will return the view here. Here we are going to create empty form to insert the data. This is going to be get method. Now here I am going to create another method for post the data to the repository. I'll make it as http post. Here we will receive the product model. I'll call product model. Here first we have to check whether model state is valid or not. If it is valid, then we are going to insert the data. Product repo dot add. Here we have to pass our model which we are going to receive it from view. We have to add the project reference for product model. This is available inside core project. This is the product model, so that's why I'm referencing that project to this controller. If model state is invalid, then we have to display the message, which I will save it inside the temp data. I'll call this as error message, and here I am going to send custom message like so invalid model. Otherwise we can make it as model state is invalid. So this is the message which we are going to return to the user. Also here I can return view here. This is not required. Once product added successfully, then we have to return this redirect to action. Here I can pause index view, or else we can pause like name of. Here I can pause that index I'm going to add entire this code block inside the try catch. If there is any unhandled exceptions are there, we can display that exception to the user. For that, I'm going to surround with try catch block here. So if there is any exception, I'm going to display inside this error message. Here I can show ex.message, and I'm going to return to the create view. Now we are going to create view for this. Right click on the create action method, click on add view. I'm going to create empty view here. I'll name it as create. Here we have to reference model. We have to pass the project name. So product model is available inside the core project. I have to select the core, that is the product. Here I am going to add title. I'll use view data here. This is my title. Here I am going to create a form. Method will be post, because we are going to submit the form here, and action I'll mention as create here. Here I am going to use bootstrap classes. I am going to use one div class. I will make it as CRUD, and here I am going to create another div for CRUD header. Here I am going to display this title inside the CRUD header. Then I am going to add one more div for CRUD body. So inside this I am going to display our form. Here I am going to create hidden field to store the ID. ASP4 ID. Then I'm going to create one div for product name. Here I want to add margin bottom 2. Here I'm going to add one span clause for form validation. I'll add class text danger. I'll close it here. I'm going to duplicate this for other fields. We require price and quantity. Then we need quantity. Here I am going to add one more div for button. Here I am going to display the submit button. type will be submit. Class I will add btn primary, and I will name it as submit. So this is the form to create the product. So inside the index view we are going to add one button. So on top of this table I'm going to create one button here. Here I have to add Asp action. Here I'm going to call create action method, and here we have to pass the controller name. You can pass product is my controller name. Here I'm going to pass bootstrap classes btn primary, and here I'm going to add margin bottom 3. This is create product. Save the changes, run the application. Currently we have 2 products. I will delete these records and I will insert new one. Currently we don't have any products, that's why we are displaying this message. I'll click on this create product button. Here we will place this to form. I'll run the application. I'll keep a debug point here. Currently we don't have any data, that's why we are displaying this message. Click on create product. So our form is ready here. We will do some changes for this header. I'll go to the create. Here I'm going to make it as align this text center, and then I'll make it as bold. Run it again. Click on products. I'll click on create product, so it's displaying correctly. So now we will try to submit the form without entering any values. Click on submit. So our validation is working fine, and whenever I'm adding any product, this message should go. So now currently it is working from the server side validation. We need to implement the client side validation also. For that, go to the create view. Here I'm going to add this section of scripts. Here I'm going to call the script await html dot render partial. So here I have to pass the, here we have to pass the partial view, which is available inside the views shared folder. So this is the view. I'm going to add this because all the jQuery validations are available inside this partial view. If you open this file, so all the jQuery validations are available here. So that's why we are adding this partial view inside our create view. Now I'll run the application once again. We will check whether our client side validation is working fine or not. I'll try to submit the form. Now I will try to enter the data here. That time that error should go. So now our client side validation is working fine. I'll enter the price. It's working. Quantity I will make it as. Then submit the form. Here submit is not working. We will check what is the issue. Right click and inspect. So button type is submit. We are using the PTN primary, and the form also we are posting the data. It's going to create. This is the post method. Create. It is create only. We will recheck again. So once it is submitted, it should go to our product controller. It's not coming here. We will run the application once again. Now it is hitting our breakpoint, which is available inside the product controller. We will check what is the data coming from the product model. We'll go to the next step. We will check whether model is valid or not. It's invalid. So we have to check what is the error here. To the model state, there is one error. I'll go to the values. So product ID is invalid. So here we added the hidden field for ID. I'll comment this. I'll stop it. Now again I'm running the application, because while creating the product we no need of ID. We can ignore the ID. We will create product again. Laptop price quantity I will add 4. Submit. Now it's coming to our product controller. This time model state is valid, so it's going to the product repository and it's returning into the index view. So our product is created successfully. Since this is asynchronous method, I can make it as async here. I have to add the task. I'll add a wait here. Because this is asynchronous method, we can check it here. So that's why I'm making this action method also async. So once product is inserted, we have to display the message as success message. I will add it here before returning. This is going to be success message. Here I will display as product created successfully. This is the message which I am going to display to the user, and these messages we are going to call it from our layout page, so that wherever we are calling temp data, it will be displayed in the respective view. For that I am going into the layout. So I'll take this temp data key value. Before entering the body, I will check if temp data is not null. Then I am going to use the bootstrap alert here. I'll add bootstrap. I will add alert classes here. It is going to be alert, and I'll make it as alert success. Here I will display the message as success. I will display this one. Also I have to add one close button to my alert. Type will be button. These things already we have discussed in previous sessions. Button close, and I'm going to make it as display right end, and data dismiss. It should be alert. Also I can so for error message also I'm going to display like this. If error message is not null, then I'm going to display that message here. This time it will be danger, and here also I'm going to make it as error. I'll run the application and we will test our model properties. We will run the application and we will check these alerts are working fine or not. Run the application. I'm going to create a product here. This time I will create one mobile product. I'll submit the data. So product created successfully. So like this we can display the messages and we can close it here. Also we can implement the auto close also. In next session we will discuss how to auto hide that message alert. We can add some space here. After this, here we can add space. So like this we can insert the data by using repository pattern. In next session we are going to discuss how to update the data by using repository pattern. That's it for today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.